Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. Well, back for another post-match report, if you like. As I said last week, I've decided not to film on the day of the match as I went into last week. Got quite a big brief to work to. Even though I just plonked the camera on the side and hit record, I actually quite enjoy looking over the game and talking in depth about the images back at home here. So I hope you guys are okay with that anyway, and let me know what you think in the comments below. But before I get into the game and jump into the laptop, I've got to say a massive thanks to the coffees that have been bought for me lately on my Ko-fi page. I've had one or two coffees trickling in over the last weeks, and I forgot to say thanks last week. So yeah, don't matter if you just buy one coffee or however many, it all adds up, and I can't thank you enough. Really appreciate it. And the Ko-fi fund, as they call it, is building up nicely. I use a bit of it for fuel if I'm going on a landscape trip or whatever, or if I need get another memory card or something like that. It all goes back into the channel. So yeah, can't thank you enough. There is a link in my description somewhere on my homepage, but to the Ko-fi page. But yeah, thanks ever so much for buying me the coffees. It really is much appreciated. But anyway, back to the main job. The football, the game. Leeds United versus Sheffield Wednesday. Not been to Ellen Road before, so I was really looking forward to it. Not a derby match as such, but they're not too far apart, are they, Sheffield Wednesday? So, yeah, unfortunately, it was a 0-0 ball draw in the end. But anyway, without further ado, let's check out some of the images. Right, so generic sort of shot again, as I said last week. Start all my sets off in the ground, general view of the ground. As you can see, the stewards here, I think I captioned it stewards get a brief before the match inside Ellen Road on the side of the pitch in the corner of the ground. So yeah, just a generic view of just to give the viewer an idea of where we're going to be, where the game's taking place. And plus I'd never been to Ellen Road before, so I filled my boots a bit and really like this image. Or should I say like this composition. I love the tin sheeting and the welcome to Ellen Road. Nice leading lines, takes you up to the Leeds United badge, so that was quite nice. That's just above the players' entrance, so getting ready for Sheffield Wednesday arriving. And yeah, here come the guys. Not so sure about all this gap here, but I wanted to get the Ellen Road and the Leeds United badge in with the Sheffield Wednesday players walking towards the entrance. So got that. So just a generic shot, just building up that story again. Kids outside waiting for the autographs, the autograph hunters. So yeah, again, just a bit of a generic shot. Wandered outside quick, came across the programme seller that had them all out like this. I thought that made quite a nice, colourful shot, and obviously focused on the central programme there with the Sky Bet logo and the EFL logo. So again, working towards that brief, because anything EFL I've got to try and capture, as I said last week. Grabbed a programme and took it back into the ground. Just got another generic shot next to the corner post, just for something else. Then the players start coming out and looking on the pitch. Again, this is Leeds United's new signing, Joel Pirro, and still want to get a bit more stock on him. And as it happened, he didn't have that great a game. And there was a few stories and a few articles on him post-match in the post-match report. So glad that I got a bit of stock that was used, so that was good. Then the fans come in, the turnstiles are opened, and quite like this one. Again, generic shot, I'm sure we've all shot it, but just of the single fan, just waiting, looking out onto the pitch, blessed with the sunlight, so that was quite a nice image. Nipped back outside again, because when I was doing the programmes before I knew the players were coming on the pitch, I saw the mounted police arrive, so I thought, yeah, I'll go back out there and try and compose some sort of image as quick as I can, because what time was this? Yeah, this is 2:30, look, so wanted to get back inside and get a bit of warm up if I could, but yeah, just grabbed a frame of the mounted police quick as the fans were arriving. And then just went for something different. Now, what was this? F22, ISO 100, 10th of a second, just to get them fans blurred as they were crossing each other's paths. Just for something a bit different. Generic shot of the stand with the blurred fans, just adds a bit of movement to the image and just something a bit different. I'd like to try and think out the box a bit and not just get the generic shots every week. Try and get something a bit different. And this was that different frame. I think it works all right. But anyway, then did a bit of warm up. Now, at Leeds, it was a bit of a different setup, because I think Leeds are above Sheffield Wednesday, and I was all going all the way to the ground thinking, right, I'm going to do Leeds attack first half. They're a bit higher in the league. See how we get on. Got there, signed on, and each photographer gets a designated zone for the whole match. You cannot move. You can't even go to the dugout for the manager's handshake. So I was in zone 1, and as it happened, that was Sheffield Wednesday attack first half, and I thought, oh no, if Leeds score 2 or 3 times, I'm going to be massive pulls. As it happened, there wasn't any goals, obviously, but so luckily I've been blocked quite a bit just recently on recent games with the manager's handshake, but got the old 400 out, got it ready, and managed to get 1 or 2 of the managers just embrace, and I think they're quite good mates, so that made that a bit of grain there. But and then again, just grab the ball, another generic shot, get that Skybet EFL logo on the ball, then that's another image of from the brief done, just to get a different. Yeah, I'll shoot the ball every week if I can in different guises, just to get a nice stock collection. And I quite like this glimmer of light there, just lighting up the Skybet, which was just something a bit different. But and then we're off into the match. There was quite a lot of action. It was end-to-end stuff, but the finishing quality was pretty poor. And I thought, right, I've got to try and get, as the match was going on the first half, I thought I've got to get plenty of action, because I can't see anyone scoring here. I'd get excited, and then it'd be cleared, and it's like flipping it. This game's going nowhere. But got a nice bit. That's Luke Ayling there, the Leeds captain. So I just thought I'd shoot a bit of him. And again here, giving the referee a bit of stick. And you know what the new rules are this season about players talking to the refs. Some refs are more lenient than others, and he didn't get a yellow card for it, but just thought I'd get that. And nice shot of the Sheffield Wednesday manager holding the ball up. That was quite funny, but yeah, managed to get that. Few yellow cards again for, I think this player just caused a foul, and unfortunately you can just see his eye, so I thought I'll send it just in case he gets another yellow. But not really keen on that, because the play's almost totally hidden. But because you could see one eye, I mean, if you was to zoom it in a bit more, the paper might cut into it just with a yellow card. I don't know, but always best to send it in anyway. So just in case there's a story later on. Josh Windass, he's quite a veteran player now, but I just quite like that frame. Side on profile, but you can see Windass and number 11, and the Leave No One Behind logo again. They have the option to zoom in a bit and pull in if they wanted to use that logo. Again, another one of the brief, just any players' patches on the shirts. And then with Sheffield Wednesday having a new manager, I hosed him down a bit really, first half, just trying to get lots of different bits of reaction, and they worked out quite nice, so I was quite happy with that. And turns out at the end, I'll show you the use that I got was actually at full time, but we'll go into that in a bit more detail in a bit. But this is a different one. I don't use back button focus, as I'm sure you're aware. Just can't get my muscle memory set right. I know a lot of you guys do, but I've tried it. So what I do, I put a second set of settings in the safe shift, they call it, setting on the camera, and then when I set all my, well, you can see the settings here, so 30th of a second, F10, ISO 100, all in manual. That's set as that second set of settings, and then if the players are moving across my frame, I just hit the AF button, it puts me into that set, and then I try and get a nice pan blur, and this worked out quite well. Just something different again, adding a bit of speed to the set. So yeah, if ever you're after a second set of settings, I have done a video on it. I'll put the link up to the video there, but yeah, safe shift, that's what it's called in the Canon cameras anyway. Quick reaction, straight on the button, and then release the button and you're back to your normal settings. So yeah, that was a nice pan blur shot. Again, just adding to the set, something a bit different. Another generic stock photo of the new signing, Joel Pirro. Good save here from the keeper actually. I was lucky enough to get it, but I always shoot. That's F4 on the 70 to 200, 1600th of a second. I'm in my exposure compensation because I'm in auto ISO, so I just wind the auto compensation up and down a bit just to suit. But yeah, good save from the keeper there. Thought it was going in. Thought I was going to get my first goal shot, and then bit of reaction, dejection as his shot was saved. Again, you never know if that's going to be a story. But I know that one appeared somewhere. He just looks really fed up there. I think what's this? 4:15. So yeah, struggling a bit. But yeah, that was second half when I got Leeds attack. But again, bit of dejection there. And then Luke Ayling, the Leeds captain, he missed a sitter. I thought, yes, I've got it. Oh, it went. I think he hit it. He headed it down too much, and it bounced over the bar in the end. But I got a few frames of it. Unfortunately, both him and the ball blend into the crowd, to the fans in the background, because they're all wearing their Leeds shirts, their white shirts. But see the ball there a bit, and then see it bouncing up and away. But that was the best chance of the game. So, but yeah, unfortunately, he headed it into the ground too much, and it bounced over. But now this shot probably wouldn't send that in as a rule, but Bannon, the number 10, he was defending so well, and this was quite a crunch tackle, quite a crunch challenge, and as you'll see in a minute, it ended up getting used. So I usually frown on backs a bit, but you can see in I can't remember his name, in his face there, it was a proper challenge, it was. So thought I'd send it off, and it ended up getting used, which you'll see in a minute. But again, a bit more Leeds attack, bit more action, trying to get, this is well into the second half now, look, 4:30, just trying to grab as much action as I can, just in case there isn't a goal, and there wasn't. So, and again, back to that brief quickly, eBay on the digiboards with the crowd watching and a couple of subs out, so just snap that quick, and Unibet as well, another advert that we've got to try and capture when we can. And now this was Jorginho, and I think he was caught offside here, and he booted the ball into row Z, and I thought, yellow card that is, and lo and behold, the ref got his card out. So I was pleased I got that, and then he got a yellow card for booting the ball out of play. Back to the brief again. Sky Bet Championship and the EFL logo on the arm and the together. Just quite nice. It lent itself quite nice, that did. So I shot that. What we're at there, with 2.8 at 2,500th of a second there, ISO 400. So that came out quite nicely. It's quite sharp even when you pull it in. You know, you can see the stitching. So yeah, I was quite happy with that. It's funny when you're working to the brief, trying to tick all the different images off the brief list. And then another one on the keeper. The keeper came to fetch the ball, which landed near me, so I managed to grab him as well. A bit more of the manager, just filling my boots and trying to get as much reaction as I can, just for stock mainly. Oh, that was a Sheffield Wednesday shot that went over. And another one of more football boots. I think if you can remember last week I said I've got to try and get these boots, and obviously I did Leeds last week as well at Ipswich, and I knew he'd be playing again, so I kept an eye on him, and he came to get the ball for a corner, and I just shot his boots, and really colourful then, Puma boots. Same again, another bit of the brief, British Red Cross on the numbers, and leave no one behind, again on the back of the player's shirt, so just got that for the brief again, and the EFL logo. Same again on the Leeds shirt. Then just one of, well, again we've got JD Sports here, which is another one in the brief. You can't really see it all, but I just like the way the crowd, the fans are all holding their hands, you know, shading themselves from the bright sun watching the game, and one of the players obviously soft because I focused on the fans. So again, bit of a generic shot, but it adds to the set. Another one of the ref with EA Sports, another bit of the brief that I've got to try and get, and it's good to get as many of the ref as you can. So another one there showing the EFL, and incidentally, I'll put the images up now. I haven't loaded them up. On last week's video, I showed a picture of Bobby Madley, the ref. Just, I think I remember saying that it was quite small, bit like this image, but he had the, you know, it was showing the EFL badge. Well, lo and behold, I went on the football squads last week to download the Sheffield Wednesday team, and there it is. It was used on the EFL referees match appointments for last weekend, and I went on again this week, and this image has appeared on the referees appointment. So just goes to show, it's nice to see not only are the action and the goals and the sellies used in the papers, but it's nice to see the images that I'm capturing for the brief used wherever, you know, on this, in this instance on the EFL refs appointments page. So yeah, really chuffed with that, something different. So it's always good to get as much of the referee as you can, and you just never know if they're going to cause a bit of a fuss in the game, that they'll get used if the game's steady like this one was. So, and again, just concentrating on the ref and just spraying a line for a free kick where the wall's got to be. Again, just generic stuff. Another one of the ref. Nice clean backdrop there. And again, another one for the brief. There's lots for the brief as you'll get over this season, but the Sky Bet EFL subs board, just holding that up, 4 minutes of extra time. And now then, as you saw on the thumbnail, never put your camera down and stop after that full-time whistle, especially with a game that was 0-0 like this. I kept on hosing the players down and shaking hands, and then I saw Farker, the Leeds United manager, head towards the ref, and I thought, he's going to have a word here. And lo and behold, he was there for about 3 or 4 minutes giving the ref what for. So I shot a few of it. It was a bit messy because, as you can see here, you got Patterson that's in the way really, but you can see that he's talking to the ref. And that ended up getting used, as you'll see in a minute. And this one as well. I don't know what he was saying to Josh Windass, but I got a nice set. He was pointing, looked like he was really giving him a good roasting, but I don't think he was. But anyway, really chatting about the game. This was about, I don't know, what time's this? This is 5 to 5, and he's still on the pitch talking to Josh Windass. So I hosed him down and got that and thought, right, I'll send them off, you never know. And lo and behold, there we are. Nothing appeared on the Sunday in the match reports. With it being a 0-0 game, there was far more, better results. But on the Monday, in the Mirror, that image appeared, that one there. And they were obviously just talking about the manager giving out, what does it say? Manager Muniz with veteran Josh Windass after the honours were even. So he had a good game. So he was obviously saying you're having a good game, But yeah, never put your camera down until they've all gone off the pitch. And even then you can get some nice fan reaction after they've all gone. So, and as you can see there's that image of Bannon. It's a bit pixelated, but there's that image of Bannon. And I think it says somewhere that, Defiant Bannon backs boss to come good. So you never really know what's going to make a story. And then down at the bottom of the page, there's Daniel Farker talking to the ref. So, yeah, quite chuffed that, never stop shooting until you're literally putting your kit away, because you just never know what you're going to capture, especially on a bit of a drab 0-0 ball draw, But, so always keep shooting. That's what I would say. That's tip of the video. Never stop shooting until you're literally going home. But it's like when I get out the car, when I arrive at a ground, I always put my 70-200 on my back, just in case you see any nice fan shots on the way in of the fans walking to the ground or anything, you can snap away, or if there's any police arriving or, whatever. It's always good to have a camera ready as soon as you leave the car, but if it's safe enough. But anyway, just a quick one on last week's game. I've got Derby County versus Portsmouth. Week after next. It's international weekend this weekend, so not got a game tomorrow, but next weekend. Looking forward to going to Derby. Not been there before, so that'll be good. And jobs are good. And well, if any of you are out, because I know there's quite a few non-league games going on, and League One, and I think there's a few League One and a few League Two games going on. So yeah, don't forget the photography chat Facebook page. Come and join us on there and share your work on there. It's great to see everyone's work, and jobs are good. And well, thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave any comments below. Get back to you as soon as I can, and do remember to give the video a like. That really helps the old algorithm on YouTube. Really appreciate all your support anyway, guys, as you know. But thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Take care. Catch up soon.